Hey crew, Shane coming to you from the Riders Lounge, and today I finally get to talk about Torstein's pro model, the Capita Matriarch. So as you all know, we had the pleasure of having Torstein on for a full episode with us, and we really did do a deep dive of the process. He had a prototype at the time. We were discussing elements of Arthur's board that he loved, elements of the Super DOA that he loved, and then really playing with blends and kick, nose and tail, the shaping, and the way a board enters the snow, especially riding powder. When you look at Tor's riding evolution, he's a freestyle powder freestyle, however you want to put it. But those are the elements you usually see him excel in. And this board is going to do the job if that is in fact the kind of riding you like to do. Again, back to this nose blend, having talked to him so much about it, knowing how much that was an importance on how this board enters a turn, he really did nail it. This thing is fantastic shape-wise, and I absolutely love the blunted off tail. That just, shape-wise, it gives this directional sense, but it's only 4 mils of taper, so this is gonna land switch, no problem, as we see him do all the time. And we have an 8-meter side cut on the 58. This being the only board we received, it also has Tor's signature right there on it, which is crazy. This will be on the website. One of you lucky guys will be able to get your hands on this, signed by Tor, and with just incredible artwork that sort of embodies, I mean, we know the musical journeys he goes on, as well as being one of the most badass snowboarders out there, but this top sheet just looks incredible. Capita killed it on that. As expected, with most of their boards, fully structured base. We have the Hyperdrive ADV-XT, and then this is a die-cut base with the Matriarch logo built into it there. We have the 58 right now, but down the road, you're gonna be able to get this board in a 155, 158, 161, 157 wide, and a 160 wide. The 160 wide's a 26.5 waist, and then the narrowest of all these boards, obviously being the 155, is still a 25.2, which is cool. That'll be quick edge to edge. Like I said, the one we have is an 8.1 side cut radii. All the way up to the 60 wide, you get an 8.15. That's a really, really good free ride side cut. You know, it's gonna run a little bit longer in the turns when you're hauling ass, and that's kind of what you want. But with the bit of taper in the back end, that's gonna allow it to quickly turn when you're riding trees, and basically just rip side hill the mountain and still be wide enough in the tail that landing switch on this 4 mils is not going to be problematic. Little bit of setback on this board, but nothing excessive. 20 mils of setback, and that was something we discussed too. I know Torstein worked really hard to just figure out where that geometry should lie on this board, given the side cut radii too. This profile is really, really nice and traditional as well. It is a positive camber profile, and good amount of camber between the feet too. So this thing is going to be snappy and really respond out of a turn. And then that camber sort of ends right in front of your bindings, gets into a nice transition point to the nose and tail. So she's definitely going to be a snappy board, no question there. Another thing unique to this board, in the front end, has the carbon amplifiers. So that's going to dampen the ride a little bit, make this board really, really smooth at high speed. We know he hauls ass everywhere he goes when it comes to riding. Be it corduroy or powder, that's just going to keep that front end nice and smooth and really, really stable, obviously, up front there. I've given this thing a flex. It is snappy. 7 out of 10 with Capita, and I concur. It falls into that kind of flex pattern, sort of similar to Arthur's board. And yeah, just absolutely stoked to get my hands on this thing. I've only spent 5 minutes with it, so just stoked to be playing around with this board. It's absolutely gorgeous. And like I said, it's the only 58 we have, signed by Torstein. This is going to be up on Tribute's website today. So yeah, like I said, a true powder freestyle board. We would expect nothing less from Torstein. Hopefully we can get him on the show again, but in the meantime, go back to the episode with Tor. We really get into the DNA and the prototyping of this board. It gives you a good backstory. I think you guys will like that. I can't wait to get on this, but as it stands now, we have one signed by Torstein. This will be on the website. One of you lucky guys out there is going to get it. It's not going to be me this round, so pretty damn cool. Thanks for watching along, as always, my friends. And yeah, we're brought to you by Cole Headwear, BALDFACE Lodge, Sanctioned Snow and Skate, Tribute Board Shop, Spiral Wax, This Is Coffee, the James brand. I think I got it all there, and we'll see you on the next one.